Hey everybody, welcome back to my anime channel, Gizanime, where we do anime figure unboxings and anime reactions. Hopefully soon we'll be able to do more reactions as my workload at my job kind of lets up some, but we'll see how that goes. So with that said, today we're going to be doing an unboxing sort of a bunch of little minifigures. This little ReZero series of little minifigures that came out. Funny little story, I went to my anime store and decided to get a couple of these because they only had 2 boxes out of the 4, and I didn't know that the boxes were guaranteed. Like if you buy all 4, then you're able to get all 4 figures. Had I known that, I would have bought the full set of boxes. So I bought this one, or I bought 2 because there were 2 left, and I got Petelgeuse and the whale out of them. So we've got the whale and then Petelgeuse, and obviously everybody would want Rem and Amelia. So they opened another box and I bought 2 more, and lo and behold, they were the whale and Petelgeuse again. So I bought the last 2, which were guaranteed to be Rem and Amelia. So I now have 2 of the ones that I really didn't want. Although when we look at the figures, they're not really that bad detail, especially the whale, which to me would be like the one everybody would want the least. But he has quite a bit of detail to him, so that's kind of, I guess, an upside to that. But with that said, let's get into these and see what they actually look like. I'll see you there. Alright, so now we're going to be working ourselves up as to how the 4 stack as far as I'm concerned, as to which ones I would have wanted. So we're going to be starting off with the last one and in my 4 that I would have wanted out of all of them. And the last one would actually be the whale. And to be fair to the whale, he's actually the most detailed as far as I'm concerned, or has the most parts. So first off, we have this, not really sure what it's called, other than it's on the top of his head, so it's a part of like his power. It's just like a star-shaped pattern that goes on the top of the forehead. Next, we have these little protrusions, like these fragments of like a horn, it looks like, or a tail of some sort. As you can see, this one right here kind of looks like a tail or a fin of some sort on a fish. But they all go around the base of the whale. And then we have the whale himself. So you can see like this large gaping open mouth. As you can see, a mini Subaru on his dragon trying to run away from the whale and avoid its bite. And the whale itself has really nice coloring. He has like this purple shading around most of, or some of his body, his eyes, the horn, most of him being a white. We have like this sand type smoke effect coming off of him as he's going for Subaru. So this spot right here is where this pink star goes. Alright, and then you have the protrusions that go in the back. So I guess it kind of makes it look like he's going a certain direction, with the body coming out and maybe the tail going around like this. So it looks like he's going, you know, around towards Subaru. And then we have, again, the peak star on top of his head, or crest. What's more, he's not too terrible looking, just not something that I would have wanted. The fact that there's a mini Subaru on the fact makes it a little bit better, because if somebody were to come see this, they might not even know or recall who this character or being is in the show, even though he was basically like one of the major arcs or battles that they had. So next up we have Petelgeuse, Petelgeuse comes on this little stand that has a little bit of foliage on the side of it. Looks like this is like a wooden base that he's on top of. The bottom of it being hollow. Has some slight detail to it. Some really nice coloring and shading for something so small. And then we have Petelgeuse himself. Petelgeuse looks like he's riding on this giant hand. Just moving forward with his cape flowing behind him. Petelgeuse, I believe, in the first series is the one that actually kind of controls this whale. Season 2, you get a whole lot more backstory on him, and it's a little bit tragic. So, if you ever watch the series, make sure you watch them all because it's kind of sad. The hand looks alright. Kind of fades from this dark black into this light purple at the front on the fingers. Still definitely not one of the ones I would have wanted originally. Gotta say though, that would be really scary to see Petelgeuse coming at you like that. Coming in at number 2 on the list is Amelia. She's actually one of the more likable characters in the show. In season 1, not so much, but season 2 she kind of grows on you. She's in this cloak that kind of has like this cat hat type feel to it, or furry type feel to it. This cloak is really long though, covering almost her entire body, so there's not a whole lot to her. She's kind of simple looking.
Boring!
She has her face, the ears. She has like this little stand, kind of like Petelgeuse, but for some reason Petelgeuse comes in 2 parts and she comes in this one. She's attached to the base. The base has like this little house looking like thing in the background, which is kind of weird because it makes you think that Emilia is like 500 feet tall or something. And then on the other side, like Petelgeuse, she has like this green foliage that has a little bit of shading to it, so it doesn't all look like one solid glob of a piece. But overall, there's really not a whole lot to this little girl on this one. Alright, for some reason on my little stand she wants to fall over, but if I have her on a surface, she's fine. I guess. Kind of weird because they have her leaning to the side, so maybe not the best design for something like that. And then, of course, number 1 would be Rem, who honestly has quite a bit going on. So, off rip, we see that she is kicking the crap out of this demon dog looking creature. Her flail is wrapped around her body, attached to the chain as she swings it around. You can see on the top of her head, she has her horns showing, so she's in demon mode, so she is going all out. With the other figures, she also has the foliage on the bottom with like the dirt type wood base. This chain is continuing to wrap around her body as she tries to body this dog. And there's a lot of nice detail in her maid outfit as well. We've got like the corset type looking thing going around her waist, kind of bringing it all in. We've got a lot of like detail on the hem of Amelia just fell again. The mace itself has all these spikes. It has like this really red type metallic tint to it, which looks really nice. As she just, again, kicks the crap out of this dog. Just gonna have to have my girl leaning up against something like that to keep her from falling, apparently. Just have her leaning up against Petelgeuse. Alright, but that's the 4 of them in this little series, again, that I got called the ReZero Memory Box. It says on the top. So if you're interested in getting any of these, they were $15 each at my local store, so it would be about $60 plus tax if you get them all. I'm sure you can find it slightly cheaper on something like Amazon or possibly eBay. But those are them. They're not very big at all, unfortunately. Maybe a couple inches at the most. So there is that. I'm a big fan of the larger scale figures, but I figured, hey, why not? They would look really nice together. Unfortunate though that there's not a Ram or a Subaru actual figure or any of the other characters that people might know better than the whale to add into this. Maybe they'll come out with those in the future. Let me know what you all thought of these little mini guys, and I will see you all next time.